day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jeremy. This is the Financial Education Channel, and today we're looking at the Snapchat IPO. Snapchat is filing to go public tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow, it's finally going to happen. One of the most anticipated filings of a company going public probably since Facebook back in 2012, guys. This is a highly hyped stock. Everybody's super psyched about it. It's gotten attention from people that don't even have anything to do with the stock market know about this IPO, guys. This is huge. This is huge. So I promised you guys I would do an in-depth look at Snapchat and give you my opinion on it, and if I'll be investing in it or if I'll be investing in it anytime soon. If I'm not, and I promised you guys that, and today I'm delivering that, guys. One day before the IPO. I hope you guys enjoy us. Leave it a thumbs up today, and let's get right into this, guys. So first off, Snapchat, they launched in about mid-2011, guys. So right about 6 years ago. It's amazing where this company has gone in the past 6 years. They launched as like a picture app. The messages deleted very quickly. It launched only on iOS, and then they expanded to Android. Then things went from there, and about a year and a half after they had actually launched the app, they had 1 million daily active users already. Then they introduced video, as you guys see in these timelines here, stories, filters. By mid-2014, they had 50 million daily active users, guys. They released things like chat, geo filters. They didn't do their first advertisement as far as the first paid advertisement on Snapchat did not happen, guys, until late 2014. So Snapchat's been getting ad revenue for less than 3 years at this point, guys. Absolutely amazing. And you fast forward throughout 2015, then they had 100 million daily active users. To now, they have over 150 million daily active users. They have a lot of different things you can do within the app, group chat, memories, all those kinds of things, guys. So Snapchat, it's an amazing story, guys. This proves to you how fast things can happen nowadays, how the internet's just changed the world, and how a seamless nothing could come out of something and grow to be a 20-something billion dollar market cap, a 20-something billion dollar valuation in less than 6 years, guys. Mind-blowing stuff. So Snap, they say they're a camera company. We believe that reinventing the camera represents our greatest opportunity to improve the way people live and communicate. Our products empower people to express themselves, live in the moment, learn about the world, and have fun together, guys. That is beautiful. That is beautiful, Snapchat. But we want to know, how do you make money, and are you going to make money for us if we're going to buy into your stock? Because that's what we freaking care about. So let's get into this, guys. So this is huge here, guys, these few lines. This is really the promise behind Snapchat. We benefit greatly from the fact that many of our users are in markets where we have the highest capital efficiency and monetization potential, allowing us to generate revenue and cash flow that we can then invest into future product innovation. Worldwide advertising, this is a huge part. Worldwide advertising spend is expected to grow from $652 billion in 2016 to $767 billion in 2020. The fastest growing segment in mobile is mobile advertising, which is expected to grow from nearly 3 times, from $66 billion in 2016 to around $200 billion in 2020, guys. So the promise behind Snapchat, and the reason you would be excited as an investor of Snapchat. One, Snapchat's playing catch up in getting advertisers to the platform. Snapchat garnered over 150 million daily active users in a very short amount of time, and advertisers did not advertise on Snapchat for the longest time, and they're trying to play catch up. So that's number one. Advertisers playing catch up to really, Snapchat's revenue, if they had maxed out what they should be advertising, their revenues would probably be 3 to 4 times more than what they are right now. So they're playing catch up with that. Also, the whole entire advertising market is going to go greatly up over the next few years, guys. We see the statistics there from about 650 million now to about 770 million in 2020. So the whole advertising, the whole pie to eat is getting bigger. The whole pie to eat is getting bigger for Snapchat. And on top of that, Snapchat's a mobile app. And those mobile ads are going up 3 times over the next few years, guys. So Snapchat's in the sweetest of the sweet spots, guys. They're in a growing segment. Their advertisers have to play catch up to them, and they're mobile, which is growing insane over the next few years, guys. The amount that people are going to have to pay for ads is going to go up drastically. The amount of advertisers coming online to advertise on mobile is going to go up drastically, guys. So huge stuff, and that's the promise behind Snapchat. That's the biggest thing Snapchat has going for it as far as making money as an investor. So let's go through some more pros and cons here with Snapchat. So this is in the risk factors section, talking about some of the risk factors with the company. There are two I want to point your attention to. The first one is our ecosystem of users, advertisers, and partners depends on engagement of our user base. We anticipate that the growth rate of our user base will decline over time. If we fail to retain our current users or add new users, or if our users are less engaged with Snapchat, our business would be seriously harmed. And the last one is our two co-founders have total control over all stockholders' decisions because they control substantially the majority of our voting stock. The Class A common stock issued in this offering will not dilute our co-founders' voting control because of the Class A common stock has no voting right. So that right there, guys, is huge. That's right. Those lines are very important because Snapchat is highly dependent on if they cannot grow another platform, if they cannot grow another Snapchat, or just keep expanding Snapchat to the place where they have 1 billion users or something like that. If they cannot do that, then they at least have to keep their current users, and that's a hard thing to do, especially if new users don't come online, guys. So they're in a tough spot there, and then also, if you're betting on Snapchat stock, if you're an investor in Snapchat stock, especially if for the long term, you've got to understand the company is in the hands of the two co-founders. They control all the decision making. You might have voted. You don't have any voting rights, guys. They're not giving up their voting rights. So you're not going to be able to vote for board of directors and things like that. It's not going to count for you. So understand those two things, guys. Understand those very important keys. But let's look at some numbers here, guys. Let's look at some revenue numbers and profit numbers. So revenue, 2015, they did $58 million in revenue. 2016, they did over $404 million in revenue. And they're talking about a possibility of over $1 billion in revenue in 2017, guys. But net loss down there, they lost $372 million in 2015. They lost over $500 million last year, guys. So yes, revenues are growing great. But their losses are adding up. They're getting bigger and bigger. Now that doesn't mean they can't turn that around and become a company that is profitable, because we've seen a ton of Silicon Valley startups go from companies that were losing money, absolutely, but the revenue kept growing at such a rate that finally they became profitable, and then they became ultra profitable, a la Facebook. Look at how profitable Facebook is now. You know, almost every dollar that comes in goes straight to the bottom line pretty much they get in now. It's ridiculous, guys. So that could happen with Snapchat, but also, on the other hand, it's very possible this company can never be profitable, guys. They even say that in one of the risk factors. We may never be profitable. Only time will tell. Let's look at this balance sheet here, guys. They have around $987 million in cash and cash equivalents, guys. They have basically almost no debt at all there, guys. And total liabilities in general is only $203 million. That's all of the liabilities added up together. And then when you take on top of that, after this IPO, the funds they're going to raise and whatnot, they're going to get over, I think it's around $2 to $2.5 billion. That's going to go straight toward that cash line, guys. So then they'll have around $3 to $3.5 billion in cash sitting around, guys, with virtually no debt. So they're in a very good financial position as far as the balance sheet goes. The income statement, not so well. I mean, when you're losing over $500 million, that's not a good thing. But their balance sheet is freaking phenomenal. So even if those losses continue for a few more years, they can weather the storm because they got a ridiculous amount of cash without even having to raise more money, guys. So this is very interesting here, guys. So Snapchat is a free and easy to join. The barrier to entry is low for new entrants, and the switching cost to another platform is also low. Moreover, the majority of our users are 18 to 34 years old. About 85% of our users are in that age bracket, guys, 18 to 34. This demographic may be less brand loyal and more likely to follow trends than other demographics. These factors may lead users to switch to another product which would negatively impact our retention, growth, and engagement, all those kinds of things. For example, users 25 and older visited Snapchat approximately 12 times and spent approximately 20 minutes on Snapchat every day. Now, 25 and younger, they visited about 20 times and spent over 30 minutes, guys. So the younger crowd, the 25 and under, is really strong with Snapchat. There's 25 and older, not so much, and the 35 and older, much less so, guys. So I think this is important to look at. Is Snapchat just hot right now? And are they going to fade off, or can they get older users? They got to, I mean, if they're just going to stick in that 85%, they really need to get older users on. They need to get 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds. Can Snapchat do that? That's a big question mark for anyone that's investing in the stock for the long term, guys. Big question mark there. So, another thing here, guys, this is interesting. This is actually, brilliant here. Los Angeles company known as Snapchat messaging app is going to generate the largest initial public offering in Southern California history on Wednesday, raising at least $3.4 billion while valuing the firm at about $23.8 billion. The Snapchat IPO is the most lucrative in the U.S. since the online shopping company Alibaba raised $22 billion in 2014, the biggest for a tech company since Facebook, which did $16 billion in 2012, guys. Absolutely amazing. This is the biggest IPO in Southern California history, Snapchat. So I just want to point that out because it's very interesting. And I also want to point out because $24 billion valuation basically this company has. That's losing $500 million a year right now. Might be a little steep, guys, but maybe it'll all pay off. So here's what some of the people that are selling out. So Evan Spiegel, he's still going to be, he's still going to have a ridiculous amount of shares. Same with Bobby Murphy, the other co-founder. But they are selling about $272 million worth of shares, each of them. So Snapchat's going to get about $2.5 billion in cash from this IPO, like I spoke about, guys. Now, there's a few factors we got to take into account. People are asking, is Snapchat the next Facebook? Is Snapchat the next Twitter? We're going to go into that in just a second, but first we have to acknowledge something. This is something not a lot of people think about. Not a lot of people think about this. Okay, who or what age group are the majority of money managers, the majority of hedge fund managers, the majority of people that have, let's say, millions of dollars to invest, tens of millions of dollars to invest, hundreds of millions of dollars? What age group are most of those people in? They're in the 40-plus-year-old age group, guys, right? 40, 50, 60-year-old. Those are the people that have the huge amounts of money, that control the hedge funds and a lot of these mutual funds, and can really decide if a stock is bought a lot or not bought a lot, right? Well, Snapchat's problem is the majority of their users are all in a bracket that does not fit that club of wealth, that does not fit that club of buying power, right? For investing. So the question with Snapchat is Snapchat going to have a hard time really getting those people, those money managers, those 40, 50, 60-year-olds to realize the opportunity of Snapchat? Because that's who they have to convince. That's who Snapchat has to convince if Snapchat's stock is going to go up drastically over the coming years. I mean, it could pop on anything, tomorrow if it goes public, who knows? Maybe it goes to $30 a share. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? But if they're going to do good long-term, they got to convince those 40, 50, 60-year-olds who are controlling billions of dollars in funds to invest in Snapchat. Can they do that? It's a big question mark, guys. It's a hard thing to do when it's a product or service that a lot of those people probably don't even use or have ever used or really understand, guys. So a lot of work, ahead of Snapchat for people to really understand it. Now, is Snapchat the next Twitter? Is Snapchat the next Facebook? Right now, Snapchat to me is the next Twitter, not the next Facebook. Here is the reason. Twitter has Twitter, and that's it. They have a few other little things, but nothing material that really business changing, right? Snapchat, what do they have right now? Snapchat. Do they have anything else material going on that's really going to add up to billions of dollars in revenue, billions of dollars in profit? No, they do not. They're a one-trick pony at the moment. They have some other stuff they're trying, but nothing else is even close to being proven yet. Facebook, on the other hand, what do they have? They have Facebook, which is the biggest social platform in the world, well over 1 billion users, right? They have Instagram, which is approaching 1 billion users now. They have WhatsApp, which is over 1 billion users, guys. And they have other little things going here and there, but those are the three main things that make Facebook a special stock. Three huge platforms that have over billions of users all combined to them. Snapchat's over here with 160 million or 150 million daily active users. And that's what they have right now, guys. That's what they have. So in order for Snapchat to become the next Facebook, they need to get some other brands or some other things going for them that are really going to be material that will take Snapchat from a $24 billion valuation to a $100 billion valuation, a $200 billion valuation. That's what Snapchat has to do. Otherwise, what Snapchat's going to happen to Snapchat is the same thing that happened to Twitter. The user growth is going to slow, and then advertising dollars will start to slow because there's less users coming online, and then it's just going to be a stock that's just hanging out there, waiting for someone to buy them or somehow create something great again, guys. So that is why I feel Snapchat's closer right now to a Twitter than a Facebook, but that doesn't mean that's always going to be that way, guys. Snapchat could come out with another great platform that will get people excited, or acquire one. Like Facebook acquired WhatsApp, they also acquired Facebook, guys. Or excuse me, they also acquired Instagram. Facebook acquired their other two big dogs back when they were a lot smaller, of course, but they acquired them, and that's why Facebook has a valuation. If you took away Instagram and you took away WhatsApp from Facebook right now, Facebook would have a valuation probably 60 to 70% less than it does currently. If Facebook stock's around 140 bucks right now, that would be probably a $20 to $30 stock, maybe $35 stock if it was only Facebook, guys. So that's what's important for Snapchat. A lot of opportunity in Snapchat, but also a lot of risk in Snapchat. I will not be buying the IPO. I will be following this company very closely as time goes on, guys, because they do have some good things going for them. It's just the question of, can they grow beyond Snapchat? And that's what I'm looking for if I'm a long-term investor, which I am, guys. You know, I'm looking for at least a year out, if not 3 years out. So we'll see, guys. So let me know in that comment section if you guys are buying the Snapchat IPO. I would love to know from you. Who knows? Maybe it could pop on the first few days. Maybe it could pop for the first month. Maybe it could do like a GoPro and go from $24 to $98 a few months later. Who knows? And maybe it could shoot down. Remember, Facebook stock, that came out when it was public. It kind of was like even, and then it dropped significantly, guys. It came out at $38. Next thing you know, it was at $19, guys. That stock had dropped 50% in like 6 months after it was IPO'd, guys. And I was buying in, and then I sold down. And why did I sell out? Oh, that was the stupidest thing I ever did in my life. Anyway, so thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. You may want to subscribe. We talk personal finance on the channel. We talk entrepreneurship on the channel. We talk stock market on the channel. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.